Hello everybody. So here's what's going on. A lot of people have been lurking on the forum, and I love you guys for coming out and talking about that. A lot of people also, get off track with the nutrition program, maybe gain a few pounds back, maybe not, but feel like off track, and I hear so often, I'm going to start again on phase 1. And I was really thinking about that a lot this morning. And sometimes if you have been off track, if you had an emotional upheaval of some sort and you got off track with your food and, like I said, maybe gained some weight back or maybe not, and you're in that space of I've got to get back on track, I've got to go back to phase 1, I want to put this out there for you to think about. Sometimes when we look at going back to phase 1, if we're already in an emotionally fragile or charged state, the idea of going back to 6 weeks of super intensive, really rigid with our food, for some people can be really overwhelming. If you're feeling overwhelmed, here's my idea for you. For the next 3 days, just write down everything you eat. Good, bad, or in the middle, just write it down. And at the end of the 3 days, really take a look at your patterns. Maybe you went just way off track for lunch and ended up in a drive-through somewhere or something. Write that down, but also write down why you were there. And at the end of the 3 days, you'll have a really good journal of how you were feeling and what you turned to and what your triggers were. And you'll start to maybe see those patterns and start to understand yourself a little bit better. At the end of the 3 days, I'll bet that you feel a lot more motivated to start making better choices again if that's what you need to do. So maybe it will be about going back to the phase 1 food plan, but maybe it won't. Maybe just 3 days of writing down everything, the what and the why, will give you the motivation to just make better choices, to stay on phase 2 or 3 if that's where you are, but to make some better choices while you're there. And it doesn't have to be rigid, and you don't have to beat yourself up, and you don't have to feel like you were bad because you got off track, because you got emotional or whatever it was. You're not. You're human. We've all been there. You watch me on camera. I go through it too. You see me change sizes as I work through my stuff. So I want to tell you, you're not alone in this. Come to the forum, talk to us about it, and give yourself that 3 days of insight so you can really learn what you're doing with yourself and move on from there. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself as much as I do.